Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob, and in today's video we're going to go over on how you can scale an e-commerce brand without using paid ads. Now before we get into the video, I do want to be clear, so there's a mini disclaimer. Paid ads are a must, but there is some ways around it where you don't have to put so much time, money, and effort into really devoting everything into your paid advertising for your main acquisition channel for sales and things like that. So paid ads, many of you might know the recent changes that happened around last year with iOS 14 and 15 and the privacy changes with Apple, and how that has affected Facebook ads and your attribution and trying to really track where your sales are coming from. We are seeing a higher tick in CPMs. So Facebook ads are getting really difficult to manage, but I do want to say they do still work, so don't totally disregard them. If you pair them up with what I'm about to share with you today, you can make a great way to scale your e-commerce brand. In today's video, we're going to talk about leveraging your email marketing and your SMS channel, but a little bit more focused on the email marketing side. The thing I like about email marketing and that a lot of people overlook is that this channel is yours. You own this channel. You have this list that grows every month of subscribers, people who interact with your brand, and you have direct contact with these people. You can send a message directly into their inbox and be able to speak to these people and give them updates on your brand, give them promotions, and really nurture a community and build a huge community around your brand. And that's what seems to be winning as we move forward into 2022. So an industry standard with email marketing is that if you put $1 in, you're expected to get around $30 to $40 back per dollar you put in. So you're 30xing or 42xing your investment right off the bat. And then with SMS, it's a newer form of communication. I mean, text messaging has been around, but more brands are starting to leverage this a ton more. But with SMS, you're able to get almost like 98% open rate. So if you send a quick text to your customer, letting them know, hey, what's going on, whatever it may be, you have a new product coming out, a new product launch, 98% of the time they're going to open that message. And I would rather take those odds than something like email where you can get sometimes 20% open rates. There is an alternative to, let's say, Facebook. You could use TikTok ads. You could go down this route. The thing I like about email though is that you don't have to put so much money up front, so you don't have to spend a ton of money to see a return on your money. But TikTok ads, it's a newer platform, so your reach might be better. There's not as much competition within the platform, so you can experiment with that. But in today's video, we're just going to talk about email marketing and how you can scale your brand with email marketing. Before we get started, we need to lay out how are we exactly going to get these subscribers or these customers to opt into our email list. And that starts off with our sign up form. But before we get into our sign up form, I do want to show you our, what I like to call it, the buyer's funnel. So at the top of the funnel, and this is the coldest audience, is you have, they land on your website. From there, they'll view a collection, they'll view a product, maybe they'll add to their cart, maybe they'll start at checkout, and then finally they'll purchase. So as we go down this funnel, it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. With email marketing, we can target them and communicate with them and walk them through that funnel to make sure that they're going through and eventually making that purchase again and again and again. But it all starts with our sign up form. The sign up form is what is going to make your list grow, so you have more people to communicate with and more people to build a community and a brand around your company. So with the sign up form, the most important thing to focus on is your offer. You want an undeniable offer. So this offer, typically when you see these sign up forms, you see 10% off, free shipping, 15% off sometimes. You want to have a no-brainer offer that will trigger any sort of visitor that comes onto your website to go ahead and subscribe, and they'll give you their phone number, their name, and their email. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that the average e-commerce store converts around 2% of traffic that comes onto their store, so you're leaving 98% of traffic untouched. So you're missing out on all those potential customers or sales. Now with this sign up form, we can't get 98% totally, but we could get around 5 to 10% and make up that difference. So we're slowly attracting more clients into our pipeline that we're going to funnel them through. So You want to have a great sign up form. Once you start testing your offer and you're getting those 5 to 10% submission rates, go ahead and start testing your design and the copy of how you're packaging the offer, or how how the pop-up sign looks. Some targeting behaviors, do you want it to pop up right away? Do you want it to wait? Do you want it to pop up when they're leaving the site? All these things that you can play around with and fully optimize, so you're hitting the highest KPIs possible, so you are collecting the most subscribers. In return, your list is growing. And now, if you do need help with crafting an offer, I would recommend reading Alex Hormozi's book, $1 Million Offers. It's a great book. I've read it probably 5 or 6 times front and back, and it's really helped me create some really strong offers for the clients that I'm working with, where we're getting around a 10% conversion rate. So once your subscriber opts in, they're gonna become a little bit warmer. So, we started freezing cold at the top. Now they're still pretty chilly. I'd say they're, it's probably 50 degrees out right now in the funnel that they're in. They're gonna opt in and they're gonna receive your welcome series email. This, and I'll repeat it again, this is the most important email sequence that you will ever create. This is gonna be the first impression that your subscriber gets of your brand and the messaging that you present to them. This will also be your #1 revenue driver. So they're gonna opt in, they're gonna receive that offer, and hopefully they'll make that purchase. Let's say they go to your site, but they just leave. That moves us into deeper down the funnel, and that's view collection or active on site. Now what we call this is the site abandonment. So we'll bring in our friend the site abandonment flow to cover any leaks for that. So with the site abandonment flow, this is just gonna be a series of 1 to 3 emails trying to get the subscriber to go and view a product. All right, so let's say they go and view a product. Now, if they go and view a product and leave your website, now you want to target them with a browse abandonment flow. Now, with a browse abandonment flow, we're going to dynamically pull the product that they saw or that they viewed on your store and show them and answer any objections that they might have as to why they didn't move further down that process. Now, let's say they add to cart. Now we're getting really warm. Let's say it's 80 degrees out. It's getting hot. Even though that's pretty good temperature. I'm in Arizona, so it's pretty good temperature, but it's getting hotter. Add to cart. Let's say they add to cart and they abandon. They don't make that purchase. Maybe the pizza was at the door and they ran and they forgot to, go to checkout and buy your product. We want to retarget them again and follow up with them. But with this time, we want to do it from a personal level. So what you'll go ahead and do is you'll create an email sequence where it'll be specifically from the founder or the brand team. Ask them, hey, why didn't you go ahead and make that purchase? Is there any questions we can help you with to go ahead and make that purchase? You could even offer an incentive. Hey, here's 10% off. Go ahead and make that purchase. Boom. Now they moved on. Now they've started. Now they're like, all right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go make that purchase, but I'm not quite ready. They start their checkout and they leave. Okay, this is probably the warmest. It's 110. It's the middle of the summer. They have a hoodie on. It's the middle of the summer. I got a hoodie on. Sweating. They've almost bought. It's the warmest lead that you're gonna have. Now you need to really hone in your messaging and really get them to make that purchase. So once again, what you can do is have the founder put a face to the founder in the welcome series, or put a face in the abandoned checkout series, and really ask them, hey, why didn't you go ahead and make that purchase? Here's another incentive to get you to go ahead and buy. Now they've bought your product, they've become a customer of your brand, but you don't stop there. That brings us into our post-purchase flows. So what I see a lot of brands not doing is immediately upselling them. So what you're going to want to do is, once they place that order, they're so excited, they're happy that they bought your product, they can't wait for it to get here. Go ahead and upsell them with a complimentary product. So whatever that product you're selling, you can go ahead and say 15 minutes after they purchase, go ahead and upsell them with something that they can pair with the product they just bought and give them an incentive to go ahead and buy that. Now you're increasing your lifetime value and your average order value of that customer. So once you do upsell them, you're gonna wanna thank them for making that purchase. And there's 2 different messagings that you can do. If they're a new customer, you wanna thank them. You want to have a specific messaging for thanking them for being a new customer. If they were a repeat customer, you're going to have a specific tailored messaging for that as well. So let's just, backtrack a little. They've bought your product. They are a warm prospect. They're sweating right now, right? you upsell them. Let's say they bought. Now you're thanking them for purchasing. So you're constantly communicating with them. You thank them. They're excited. They feel a part of your community. Now this is where they're waiting for that product to come in. They might get a little buyer's remorse, or they might want to back off and not purchase again. This is where you send them an additional email showing them education on how to use the product, people wearing the, people using the product, UGC content, things like that. So that, alleviates that buyer's remorse. All right, so their buyer's remorse is alleviated. Now they've finally got the product, they have it in hand, it's exciting, they want to share it with everyone. You want to capture that content. You can use that content within your emails, your paid ads, and even on your social media, so Instagram, TikTok. So go ahead and maybe send them an email after they've already received the product, maybe 3 to 5 days after they've received that product, and ask for a UGC or a review of requests. So with this email, you're basically asking, hey, send us a picture of you using the product, a quick video, and we'll enter you in, let's say, a giveaway, or we'll give you free shipping on your next item. So this creates a constant funnel of organic UGC content coming in that you can go ahead and use and create social proof around your brand. Now you're really building a community around your brand. Now once they do that, job's not finished. Job is never finished, to be honest. Once they do that, if you want to move them into a VIP club, or you want to cross-sell them with a complimentary product, or cross-sell them with the complimentary collection that you might have. And you can create these flows if they've ordered over X value, or if they've ordered X product, you can go ahead and target them in these flows. So that's going to be all on autopilot. It's going to be like you're driving a Tesla and you're sleeping at the wheel because the Tesla is doing everything for you. Now let's move into our campaigns. The campaigns are going to be very important. This is going to be the way that you communicate and deliver and show what kind of brand you are, what kind of offers you have, new product launches, give them updates on your brand, what you guys are doing, any initiatives that you guys are doing. So campaigns are going to be huge. And this is going to compound over time. When you first start out, your campaigns might not do too well. You might not be making the money that you want to see. But as your list builds, it'll compound and you'll start getting a bigger list that you can send to. And I do want to be clear, do not email blast. If you're sending to your entire list, you're doing it wrong. What you're going to want to do is, if you're just starting out, send to your 30-day, 60-day, 90-day engaged subscribers, your VIP subscribers. And then once you hit, 20,000 email lists, a 50,000 email list, you can get really segmented and really pinpoint and target specific messaging to your customers and really speak to their needs and their wants. So that's how you're going to be able to really scale an e-commerce brand and build it for the long run. While you're making a ton of money doing this, but you're also going to be building a strong community around your brand, and you're going to have repeat customers and new people coming in feeling a part of this community. And this is going to set you apart from other brands who are just getting that quick cash, trying to spend thousands of dollars on ad spend and leave it at that. You need to be constantly in front of your customers, updating them on what's going on with your brand so they feel a part of your community. So like I said, you can do this without Facebook ads, but I don't recommend it. If you have both of them playing in part, you're going to see a lot better results. But if, say, you've gone the Facebook route, or you have it down already, go ahead and put more focus into your email and SMS marketing techniques, and I guarantee you'll see your brand grow month over month over month. So go ahead, give this a try. And if you found any of this insightful or brought any value to you, make sure, as always, you like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what other videos that you would like to see on email marketing, e-commerce, things like that. I'd be happy to post some content to help you guys out. And as always, if you are an e-commerce brand making around 20,000 per month or more, go ahead and reach out to me. I'll do a completely free audit of your account on your Klaviyo account, and we can discuss what options or strategies you might be able to implement to really scale and grow your brand. And with that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.